For the past few days, everyone's been talking about artificial intelligence or AI bots like Chatgpt, Bard AI. Now, if all of this seems arcane to you, and if you're worried that AI is taking over, we as tech geeks on Tech Today have decided to let it take over, at least for a day, at least for one half of a show, and let's see how it pans out for us on Tech Today. That's a special AI episode coming your way. I'm your host Aayush Ailawadi, and as always, this is Tech Today. You know how on social media, influencers often take someone else's Instagram page over? I think it's called a takeover, something like that. We on the show think that since we're so comfortable with technology and everyone at the network and our friends all over the world keep asking us all these technology-related queries, someone out there seems to be a lot smarter than all of us tech geeks, and it happens to be an AI chatbot developed by OpenAI called ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is so 2022. We're in 2023 and things move very fast in the AI world. Microsoft has now integrated ChatGPT into its search engine Bing. Now, Bing seems to have lost ground over time when you're talking about search engines and you're comparing it to Google. Google nearly enjoys 90% of the market share when you're talking about search engines. But Bing's here now, and it comes with a rabbit up its sleeve, which happens to be ChatGPT powering Bing. Now, we have exclusive access much before the rest of the world. This is, of course, in beta mode. Microsoft wants feedback, and then maybe that's how this product will develop. Over the past few days, it's been acting strangely, and they have restricted the sort of access you have to it in terms of the questions it answers, how verbose they are. But we out here want to make it very simple. Let ChatGPT take over, maybe with a few twists and turns, and at the end of this episode, a few surprises for you as well. So stay tuned. But just to give you a short bit of perspective before we get into this demo with ChatGPT, what is ChatGPT? What is this whole Bing access that we're talking about? And more importantly, how is AI changing things at such a rapid pace? Here's a Tech Today special report.
The world we live in is rapidly changing, and at the forefront of this change is the rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning tools.
My name is Sophia, and I am an artificially intelligent robot who wants to help change the world for the better.
From intelligent personal assistants like Siri and Alexa to self-driving cars, these tools are revolutionizing the way we live, work, and interact with the world around us. The recent addition to this has been ChatGPT, which very quickly took the world by surprise. It was an OpenAI's ChatGPT that made us realize that robots and AI will not only take over technical jobs, but can very well come after creative jobs as well. It was Meesho's founder, Vidit Atrey, who with this observation got us all thinking about what AI can really come after. Until now, with its human-trained model, ChatGPT has been able to write and direct a movie or a book. It's even cleared competitive exams, where on one hand there's a fear of AI takeover, on the other there is enhancement through AI in the field of education. AI-powered tools are helping students learn in new and innovative ways. Where ChatGPT is texting us our solutions, its parent body OpenAI, founded by internet's favorite Elon Musk, has another tool that's been the cause of fear, and that is DALL-E. A creative tool that can make an image from a user's text inputs is simply made to blow minds, but that's not all what it does. It also edits photographs, generating AI versions of the same picture. With the infusion of such tools, it's essential to prepare for the possibility of job loss. Job losses may be mitigated by investing in education and training for new roles. Additionally, it's crucial to consider ethical implications of AI tools and ensure that they're used in a responsible and ethical manner. But the misuse of AI in education is what could potentially damage the future. American philosopher Noam Chomsky believes the only contribution AI or a tool like ChatGPT can really have in the education sector is by promoting high-tech plagiarism. In the wake of rising cases of plagiarism and reliance on Chatgpt by students for their assignments, Sciences Po, one of France's top universities, has banned the use of OpenAI-funded chatbot. Along with France, some public schools in New York City and Seattle have also implemented the ban, while some US-based universities are shifting focus from homework assessments to handwritten essays and oral exams. But can a bot really replace the human touch, be it in medical or even in investing and trading?
We've had AI in fund management and trading for a long time now. Unfortunately, a lot of the robo-advisory kind of platforms or people using neural networks of different kind to build trading systems have not worked so far. Market at the very core is still driven by sentiment, and I think it's hard to model for sentiment because we often do irrational stuff when we are together as a group. So I think tech enables somebody to do better research, and this will change tomorrow, but as it stands today, I don't think tech wins over experience in the trading world.
I think there is a mistaken belief that artificial intelligence will replace human beings. No. Human beings will not allow artificial intelligence to replace them, because human beings have the power of mind.
Where the world remains divided on the usage of AI tools, there is a race now to make the best one. Chatgpt certainly bought out the competitive edge from Microsoft, who is also an investor in OpenAI, and then playing catch-up was Google with Bard. Though both the chatbots remain majorly inaccessible, the popular opinion from around the world has been that Microsoft, with its Chatgpt integration in its search engine, Bing, may have cracked the secret sauce. After all, it combines the intelligence of a machine and brings results from around the world. And with that, Google may lose its synonymity with search. This might just be the tip of the iceberg called the AI takeover. But we at Tech Today had to try these things ourselves, so we have gained exclusive access to Microsoft Bing Chatgpt. Be it Microsoft with Chatgpt or Google with Bard, one thing is certain: big tech is making a big shift to automation, and generative AI is definitely here to stay.
Okay, let's build on that thought, because this is a Tech Today AI special. If you're talking about ChatGPT and you ask ChatGPT what is ChatGPT, the answer you get is ChatGPT is an AI chatbot created by OpenAI, a startup which was funded initially by Elon Musk and now, of course, is heavily funded by Microsoft. And it was trained on a massive data set of text to generate human-like responses to prompts. ChatGPT was released in November 2022, and ever since then, we've gone crazy experimenting with it, but it requires you to have an account. Then, of course, now that they've shut access to it, you also have to go onto the website, then type stuff over there. And sometimes a lot of those answers turned out to be dated because their databases seem to be maybe a bit antiquated, maybe a bit dated. So you got 2021 or responses until 2022 on that chatbot. That might have been ChatGPT version 3, which is running now. What if I told you that they've souped it up and now put it in Bing, which is the default search engine on Microsoft's Internet Explorer, or what we like to call Edge? We have access to that, and let's get right to it. Just to tell you how this could be a game changer for Microsoft, and more importantly, a game changer for you and me and for humanity at large, because we tend to use Google to search for things. So just to put things into context, if you wanted to find out how Google works maybe a decade ago or maybe a couple of decades ago, you'd go to a library, find an encyclopedia. If that doesn't answer your question, then you'd find this book, How Google Works, written by Eric Schmidt and Jonathan Rosenberg. After reading 250, 260 pages, you would hope that you'd get an answer as to how the search giant actually works. If you ask ChatGPT on Bing the same very question, all you have to do is go on Microsoft Edge right here, and just like the normal search tab over here, we type how Google works, but instead of the normal search option, which works a lot like Google search, you hit this new chat button, which will be available to you guys very soon. And it gives you this lovely homepage saying, welcome to the new Bing, your AI-powered answer engine. And in a matter of seconds, it's already generated how Google is a search engine that processes websites into search results. It uses crawling, indexing, and ranking. What if we wanted to ask it the most common question at this FIFA World Cup, which is, who is the GOAT? For those of you watching, greatest of all time, Messi or Ronaldo? Right, a lot of y'all are going to be divided on this one. As a football fanatic, I have a particular answer, but how does Chatgpt analyze it? Is it just going to be a run-of-the-mill response or a link like Google gives me a random link? Or is it going to be, in a matter of seconds, a proper analysis? First, it's told me GOAT stands for greatest of all time, and then it tells me that Messi and Ronaldo are two of the most famous soccer players in history. It goes down to give you stats about how someone has played in the La Liga, someone's played in the Premier League, and they're talking about how Messi could be better than Ronaldo, but it's also telling you that Ronaldo has more international success than Messi, but they're also talking about how he's won Euro 2016 with Portugal. Strangely, and this seems to be a small kink right here, it's not talking about Messi winning the World Cup. So maybe the kind of information it's pulling is a bit dated, and this will get better with time. Strangely, when it is talking about Messi versus Ronaldo, and each time I've asked this question, it's given me different responses. But it also then gives you a follow-up question saying, do I think Messi is better? Do I think Ronaldo is better? Or do I like them both? Let's be honest, I like them both. They're both great players, both in their own league and genuinely the greatest of all time. Now, if I keep prodding it on, because Microsoft's had so many responses coming to this Bing search engine, they have restricted some of them. So it will tell me saying, look, I'm done chatting with this. It's given me weird responses in the past couple of days. I'm done chatting. I will not indulge with you further in this conversation because of some of, maybe because of the fact that they've received some of these answers in its beta form have been curtailed, and rightfully so. But now let's ask it something a little bit more flavorful. I really like pav bhaji, and I think you get the best pav bhaji here in Mumbai. So let's ask it a question. But before we do, let's ask Google. So I'm switching over to Google and saying, I want to eat pav bhaji, right? Now there you get places with Google Maps, which is one of their strongest products. And right on top is one of the better ones in Mumbai, Sardar Pav Bhaji, if you're okay with the calories. And then you get a Quora link. And look, this is a sort of hybrid when you're talking about the future with what Chatgpt can do and how we used to search in yellow pages or old books and stuff like that. This is a hybrid what we have, a stepping stone what we have with Google with the AI capabilities of Chatgpt. Let's ask it the same question. I want to eat pav bhaji, right? It knows with its GPS data that I'm here in Mumbai at this point, at least for now, unless Chatgpt sends me somewhere else. But I've asked it the same question, practically the same question. I want to eat pav bhaji. So here's what Chatgpt has done. It's given me a personalized response, and it says pav bhaji is a delicious Indian dish that consists of this recipe. It originated in Mumbai as street food. Okay, since we're caught up in shoots and we don't have time to think about our calories, I've asked it to order pav bhaji for me online, and says here are some options depending on your location, budget and preference. Google gave you Sardar Pav Bhaji right on top. Over here though, it says they are famous for their street style pav bhaji cooked on a charcoal fire with Amul butter and cheese. That's the closest that it comes to the response that I was expecting. And I think that's the difference. A small upgrade. Just think about how the user experience changes. One just gave you a list and then let you do what you wanted to. Here it gives you so much more data and then really relies on you to select what you want from that data. So it's a minor tweak in terms of how the information is laid out to you, but what you do with that information could decide how most of us behave, how we react, and how this can help with our workflow. Now there's two sides to the argument. One side of the debate is that tools like Chatgpt will lead to plagiarism, there will be security risks, and they'll make us a lot lazier. The other side talks about how, with the massive amount of data being presented to you in a far more articulate format and a more interactive, engaging format, which will eventually be augmented. You'll see this in video, you'll see this in image, you'll see this in podcasts, all sorts of information coming your way. And so big tech can really address and mitigate some of the concerns surrounding AI and chatbots like this, which can be a double-edged sword. Are there security concerns that need to be addressed? Are there privacy concerns? Can this be a double-edged sword? Let's speak to an expert and find out what's up with AI and what can we do to ensure that this is safe and secure as a user experience. Hi Candid, what a pleasure to have you on Tech Today. Now, as an ace cybersecurity expert, do you think that tools like Chatgpt, whilst they are very useful if used in the right way, can also prove to be a risk, especially when it comes to security?
Some of the main risks with ChatGPT are privacy and trust. Because anything that a user enters into ChatGPT will be used for future training sets. So if, for example, you enter your password, some source code, or maybe the Aadhaar number, then this could come up as an answer for someone else in the future. And you probably don't really want that. Also, keep in mind that the answers are not always 100% accurate. So if you blindly trust them, you might still fall into a trap. And unfortunately as well, ChatGPT can be used for cybercriminals to make their attacks more efficient, like creating phishing emails or malware.
Thanks so much for being so candid and sharing some of these perspectives. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on Tech Today. ChatGPT, Bard AI, what's Google doing, Microsoft doing? We keep talking about it on Tech Today and on news networks. But what do you, the Tech Today community, or all of y'all, what do you think about AI and ChatGPT? Do you even know all about it? Should we give you a little 101? Well, Akanksha takes to the streets of New Delhi to find out.
Have you been tracking tech news lately, and do you know what ChatGPT or Bard AI and all this, news about these things is?
Yes, I know about ChatGPT. It's like an AI tool.
I have a brief idea. ChatGPT provides you with solutions, and AI is artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it's a AI system, I guess, and where you can chat to another person who is not real, I guess.
Heard of ChatGPT?
Yeah, I did.
GPT? No, never heard of it. No, and I don't know anything about AI.
Yeah, I'm a user of ChatGPT currently. I'm using it for content writing.
No.
What about you?
No.
Yes.
Have you used it?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
I think it's groundbreaking technology and it's going to change the world.
No.
Yes, but I haven't used it.
I've heard of ChatGPT. My friends use it to do their assignments and stuff.
Do you think it's going to take over jobs as well?
1000%.
I think it probably will take away jobs.
What do you use it for?
Whenever I'm in a difficult social situation, I can ask ChatGPT what should I do, and it gives me fantastic advice.
Well, like you just saw, although people have the insecurity and fear of losing their job to AI, many don't actually know how AI works or what it actually is. Moreover, they're not even aware of AI tools like ChatGPT and Bard AI. Well, to them, a piece of advice. Don't forget to watch Tech Today for the latest trends and updates from the world of tech.
Okay, since we're literally calling this episode When AI Takes Over, yes, please appreciate the wordplay. I'm going to ask this particular chatbot, how do I escape the heat of Mumbai and maybe take a little bit of a break or travel, because we like traveling on Tech Today. How do I get to Europe? Okay, so it's obviously telling me you can fly from major Indian cities to various European airports. So let's see what happens here. ChatGPT sending me somewhere. Let's find out. What do we have here? We've been transported to a secret location, which I will tell you about in a short while. But all I can reveal at this point is this particular town is considered the holy grail of camera tech. Now, just like this giant aperture is opening and closing, something which is core to cameras and even smartphone cameras nowadays, it's like the iris in our eyes. The more it opens, the more light it lets inside, and then that changes our perspective. It's our mind that gives you a real image in terms of what we are perceiving. So no matter how cool tech gets and how good AI gets and brings us here in the middle of Europe at the Leica Museum, it's all about what you really think and how you perceive things. That said, we're here in Europe, so I thought everything in Europe is very well connected. And that means we could be heading to Barcelona for the biggest tech event of the year, Mobile World Congress. But what can we expect in the coming week? Well, let's find out.
It's that time of the year again when we bring to you the latest and the greatest in tech from the biggest event of this year's tech calendar, the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. This year, the Tech Today team will be bringing to you some exclusive interviews, first impressions of all major launches, and all sorts of groundbreaking coverage from the venue itself, the Fira de Barcelona Gran Via. But before the flagship event really kicks off, here's what to expect this year. The 2023 edition of the Mobile World Congress, MWC, is all set to take place in Fira Gran Via, Barcelona from February 27 to March 2nd. And like every year, the biggest tech brands will be showcasing all sorts of smartphones, lot devices, AR and VR accessories, and 5G demos, among other things at this event. Starting off with Samsung. Samsung will be showcasing its recently launched Galaxy S23 series, which we brought to you exclusively on Tech Today from the Galaxy Unpacked event. In fact, along with that, the company is also likely to showcase various 5G technologies at the event. Also, a mega launch event that's been planned by Xiaomi, as it will be launching its flagship Xiaomi 13 smartphone. This device will house the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 SoC with 1-inch type camera and a premium build. But that's not going to be it from Xiaomi. The company is going quite big at MWC and is likely to announce the Xiaomi Civi 2 rebranded as Xiaomi 13 Lite. Although this Lite phone might not come with the latest chipset, what it will have is its own version of Dynamic Island. Remember the small design tweak that had tech geeks really swooning over the iPhone 14 Pro? Yes, it's coming to the Android world as well. Realme is expected to launch a device at the MWC as well, the GT3, powered by Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. The company claims that it is the world's first 240 watts fast charging smartphone. While that may sound quite fast then, we would want to test that claim on Tech Today and try to really understand what such fast charging really means for battery health. So stay tuned for that. Once mighty flagship killer OnePlus will also be in attendance there at the MWC. The company will be showcasing a concept phone which may or may not be foldable. If the synergies with sister brand Oppo are as strong as we found out the Oppo Flip event last week, then let's just say a foldable concept from OnePlus wouldn't really come as a surprise. Now, this is just a list of smartphone launches, but as we all know, MWC has a lot more action from the mixed reality 5G lot and emerging tech world. And of course, that means a lot more fuel for this show. So do expect a lot more coming in from Nubia, with the company now launching its first VR glasses, Nubia Neo Vision Glass. The company will also launch a tablet with support for 3D visuals called the Nubia Pad 3D. We're also expecting some action from Indian startups and top companies like Accenture, TechM, AWS and the likes. So if you want daily updates on MWC, you need to stay tuned to Tech Today on this channel and the Tech Today website.
Well, it looks like we've given away too much information already, but now we've revealed our location. We're here at the Leica Museum in Germany, and that means since AI took over Tech Today and brought us here, it can also get us onto a flight to the most iconic, influential, the biggest tech event of the year, the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. That's where we're headed next. Of course, all the updates from the world of tech will be available on our social media handles and of course on the Tech Today website. And then there's so much more happening on this particular TV show. I'm your host Aayush Ailawadi saying, I hope to see you in a slightly more warm climate the next time we do this show. Until next week, adios.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.